Hi there. We're continuing our journey through the Proverbs, the Mishlei Shlomo, the life sayings of Solomon, and we're in chapter 24. I'm looking at verses 17 to 20. So verse 17 and 18 form one little strophe of this passage here, and in the original Hebrew it says "Binfol ovecha al tismach, uvikashlol al yagel libecha," which means don't celebrate the fall of your foes. And don't dance for joy over their stumbling. Why? It goes on to say, Pen yireh Adonai yira be'enai veheshiv me'alav apo. In case the Lord sees it and is offended by you and turns his displeasure away from them, that is, away from your enemy. This is saying something about when people start celebrating what the fall, they start celebrating the trouble of another human being, because the enemy, the person who we're against, is actually another human being. And actually this doesn't resonate with the fact that God is sad about having to bring to book any of us human beings. There's a sadness in God having to restore justice, having to defeat injustice. And if we then go around and make it look as though we are somehow righteous and just by celebrating and dancing around, he says, just don't do that, because it may be that God turns away from what he was going to do to your enemy, because he doesn't like your what the Germans call Schadenfreude. You're rejoicing over someone else's pity, over someone else's shame. And this might cause the Lord to act against what would otherwise be our vindication and turn that the other way round. So let's be aware of this in thinking about how we deal with other people. We should never be rejoicing over any harm or hurt that comes to someone else, even if it seems to be in the name of justice. And then in verse 19 and 20, these form another strophe really. It says, Al titchar b'meraim, al tikane b'reshaim. It basically means don't get worked up about wicked people. Don't get worked up about bad people when they do bad things. And don't get fretting about people who are on the wrong path. And it goes on to say, why? Why do we not need to fret? It says, because ki lo tihyeh acharit lara, ner reshaim yid'ak, which means that there will not be a good outcome. Acharit means a success. They won't be successful. They won't prosper. Wicked can't prosper. And therefore we don't need to get het up about it, because God is looking over this. God is in control. And it says ner reshaim yid'ak, which means that the candle of the wicked will be snuffed out. This is the destiny of evil. The destiny of evil is to be put out. It cannot stand against the glory, against the righteousness, against the holiness, the justice of God. When evil is done, God is turning around to face it, to make sure that it doesn't triumph. So we can be sure today that as we continue to walk in his ways, we haven't got to get fretting about what we see around us about evil. We need to be concerned. We need to seek to bring justice. We need to seek to bring God's influence. But let's not crow over those who are falling into sin, and let's not expect that they will actually eventually triumph, because it's God who is going to triumph in the end with his justice and with his righteousness. Have a good day.